Oh my God, how well did the Christmas Invasion do, Bob?
I can't say for sure, but I'm going to go with pretty damn well. Nudge, nudge.
At least 3 people watched it.
At least.
And one of them was Ethan, maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But we're back with the next Christmas special. This time we're doing Peter Capaldi's first Christmas special, Last Christmas. Here's the little factoids I know. It was meant to be Clara's last episode, but she decided last minute she wanted to stay, so they had to rewrite parts of it. That's it. That's all I can actually remember about this one. It's probably one of my least watched ones ever.
Everything that I know about the episode, I think you just said right then. Okay, I need to come clean about this little fact. Peter Capaldi is the only Doctor that I've not seen one story from. Yeah, but I'm not even just talking from, like, the reboot. Every single Doctor we've ever had, I've watched at least one from William Hartnell all the way to Matt Smith, and I've also seen a couple of Jodie Whittaker's as well. Every single Doctor I've seen at least one story from, but Peter Capaldi is the only one. The first time me watching this episode, but it's also going to be the first proper story of me actually getting a gauge of Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. So for me, this is going to be very interesting.
Well, let's hope that it's a good Capaldi story, because I don't remember. I'll let you know afterwards if you should take this as a good intro to Capaldi or not.
Okay, cool. All right, this should be good then.
Let's head on over. I'm running. A tree is already Christmassy. Best episode ever.
But Matt, it's a green tree.
Ah! Clara! One of the most hated companions.
I've barely seen anything with Clara in it either, to be honest. Like, I've seen some, but not loads.
People hate her. And I don't know why. She's fine. Oh, shit. Santa's had a conundrum there.
Was this the fallout of his night out with the Doctor and Frank Sinatra?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
That's my headcanon. That's my headcanon.
Have you noticed who it is yet?
I know who I think it is, but I don't want to get it wrong.
Go. Just say it, because I can't remember his name.
Is it fucking Nick Frost?
Yeah.
It is, yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
I was like 98% sure.
Guilty.
I'm realizing how bizarre this is, not knowing anything about this episode coming into it.
Of course I'm real.
How could he not be real?
Because that's what real people say. I'm real.
Yeah, that's the realest of real people say. I'm definitely real. The Doctor! Now it's a Doctor Who episode.
Clara, I want you to step inside the TARDIS. I don't want you to talk.
I wouldn't be able to keep my gob shut. I'd have so many questions at this point.
Happy Easter.
Oh, fuck it.
Fucking burn. Jesus.
Nobody likes tangerines.
No, they like satsumas.
I can't
Always
so
a bloody satsuma.
Always a satsuma. His music is so good.
Is this still Murray Gold?
Yep, look at his TARDIS as well. Fucking amazing TARDIS.
There's something you have to ask yourself, and it's important.
Okay, what?
Your life made it eminent.
Okay.
Everybody's life.
What is it?
Do you really believe in Santa Claus?
Yes.
Oh, kind of a question as that. Of course we do. Interesting title sequence.
Yeah, it's one of the worst ones.
If Doc Brown from Back to the Future got the opportunity to make a opening title sequence to Doctor Who, this would probably be it. He'd be like, oh, there has to be lots of clocks and, money.
I really like the ideas in it, but I just don't like the execution of it. It just looks a bit fan-made. Where the fuck are we now? Okay, so we've jumped to a space station.
Okey-dokey.
I'm almost watching this fresh. Like, I genuinely don't remember any of this.
We're monitoring your bodily functions.
And how are you monitoring that? Because that's rude.
Yeah, don't monitor my bladder filling upness. So we've got a girl. She's scared to go wee, and they're doing some kind of test.
So long as they don't wake up, she's in range.
I think they might wake up. So she needs to go into a room and not think about the thing in the room.
Exactly. It's a bit like Santa Claus. The belief in it is the only thing that keeps him alive.
Oh, there was going to be music.
Got your playlist ready to go.
Oh, this is what Stranger Things got the idea from. Is she going to bust out fucking Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush?
Forward through the infirmary.
Fuck off if they chose. Of course it's a Christmas song, but why is her #1 song a random Christmas? Don't even know if it's Christmas in this planet. This might be April.
I mean, he did say Happy Easter
Oh
earlier,
my god,
didn't he?
it's Will dancing.
Yes. What's going on?
Oh my god, that means that In-Betweeners is connected to Stranger Things. Because In-Betweeners inspired this scene, where the dancing is, and this scene inspired Stranger Things with the song to like get out of a bad situation.
Exactly. She did not do the guitar leg trope there. Oh, come on.
Ghosts! Yeah,
Don't worry, watching that dancing, they're probably more afraid of you than you are of them. So it's all good.
Oh no, the sleepers are awaking. This has got shades of Empty Child at the moment, in the sense of people in bed waking up.
Because you're still thinking about them.
It's impossible to not think about the thing you're not meant to think about. Try going to sleep when thinking I need to go to sleep.
What is Danny Pink up to right now? He's probably flirting with your neighbor or texting women of low moral character.
Yeah, Capaldi's Doctor is generally a bit more brutal than previous Doctors.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, again, as long as he's not Colin Baker, then it's all good.
The thing with him is he's been through so much. He's still just as kind, but he's just fed up with dealing with people.
Which I guess Christopher Eccleston was kind of as well, because he'd just gone through the Time War.
But that was more trauma-based that he had to work through.
Those things coming with the ceiling were a shameless, and I mean shameless rip-off of the facehuggers from Alien. They were a slightly different colour, but they were the exact same. Wait, what's going... What? What is happening?
Right.
What?
Right. Right, I've remembered the twist, so I kind of get it now. What the fuck?
What's the... Oh, okay, right. What is this? North Pole CSI or something?
Why does Rudolph have a fucking clicker to turn him off? Are you a bit flabbergasted at the moment?
I'm a little bit, yeah. This is just so off the wall.
Am I dreaming?
I wonder, are you dreaming?
Lead scientist on a polar expedition.
Oh, they're not on an alien planet. They're in the Arctic Circle.
I take it it's like the far, far future.
Colloquially known as the dream crabs.
The dream crabs.
Oh, okay. So totally not facehuggers.
Is it dead?
Is what dead? Oh, that's just like that's just a random line of I had no idea what she was on
Bit
about.
of a clumsy transition.
That's 22 million children per hour. It's impossible, obviously.
22 million children per hour.
Yes. I like that somebody's actually finally done the math.
Why are you all here?
It's a long story.
Oh, fuck off. Just tell us.
I do want to say, though, I do quite like Peter Capaldi's outfit. I like how he's wearing a hoodie under a jacket. It's so anti, like, old man.
So, yeah, she had a boyfriend called Danny. You know he died because they're talking about the fact he died. Yeah, he died somehow in the last season. I wouldn't say what happened to him.
They can detect their own mental picture in any nearby mind.
Well, maybe you should stop talking about one when there's one in the room with you.
They're a bit like facehuggers, aren't they?
Yes, they are!
There's a horror movie called Alien. That's really offensive. No wonder everyone keeps him doing
Oh, so when they latch Johnsons, they then just become part of the dream realm or whatever.
The people they land on, they cause them to dream. This is kind of like Silence in the Library.
That was another Moffat one, wasn't it?
Yeah, one of his flaws is he kind of had 4 or 5 story ideas and then did similar.
Reskinned them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Danny Pink. He comes across as just a lovely guy. With Matt Smith, they did Rory and Amy Pond in the TARDIS together. For their relationship, they did it where she's traveling around and he's just chilling out waiting for her. And it wasn't like with Mickey where Rose fell in love. It was like she remained with him through it.
Yeah, and just completely palmed him off and even got irritated when every time he was around. Oh, dying.
That was good. I like that. Can't lose Clara. She's the most popular companion of all time. Oh my god, that's horrifying.
All work and no play make Jack a dull boy.
I really like this now. I really like this bit. This bit's really good. I've not been too keen on everything leading up to this bit, but this bit's really good. As someone that suffers with depression, I relate to just wanting to stay in the dream. Surely that'd be what you want if you just lost your partner. Like you'd want to live in the dream with them.
I can commit several million housebreaks in one night dressed in a red suit with jingle bells, so of course I can get back in the infirmary.
I think Doctor Who is infinitely funnier when Moffat was showrunning.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always been quite funny, really, even with RTD. But I think RTD was more kind of heart on his sleeve, whereas Moffat's more kind of like, hey, it's funny, we could just have a laugh, you know?
He has such good angry eyes.
Yeah.
Mince pie, anyone?
Where the fuck did you get the mince pies from?
Again, it's not real. That should have been the telltale sign there. Where'd you get those from? Wait, hold on. Yes.
Oh my god, they've ruined all of my logic criticism by just going, it's clearly a dream.
5 minutes.
What?
You can miss me for 5 minutes a day. And you better do it properly. You better be sad. I expect my 5.
Can it just stop doing random, really emotional moments? I'm going to laugh at it.
You're ruining my Christmas. Further coping mechanisms in Christmas soap operas where they just throw the
Yeah.
turkey across the room or whatever.
And where one person always dies for some reason on Christmas Day or whatever.
Yeah.
It worked!
That was actually a really good scene. That's probably made the episode for me so far. Depending on how strong-minded you are, depends on how receptive you are to these facehuggers, basically. Because the Doctor went in there and he was completely fine. So, and I also guess it depends on how traumatic your past has been as well, because that's probably the things they feed on the most.
Fuck you, if you have trauma, you're dead.
Okay.
Okay, so why do we all have that pain?
Theorize.
Guess. It's so obvious. Do you get it yet? Please tell me you get it now.
Oh, wait. Oh, right. They're all okay. Yeah, yeah.
You remember when they dropped on their face and Santa showed up and saved them? No, it just fell on their face.
Yeah.
I think this might be the most telegraphed twist of all time. When I first ever watched this, I thought they were making out that Santa was evil. I didn't even clock yet that they were dreaming. I thought that they were setting it up for Santa to be some evil alien.
Yeah.
This is a dream.
Yeah, I feel like an idiot now.
Yeah, I feel like an even bigger idiot because it took me way longer to get it.
I never know if that means they did it well or they did it badly. Like, did they trick us or were we not paying enough attention or was it really well written?
Was it my fault or their fault, basically?
I love that Moffat's written a story that purposely doesn't make sense and is now trying to make it make sense, even though it's written to not make sense.
Yes.
It's hard to commentate over this because there's so much explanation you have to listen to.
No, exactly. Yeah, I need to get caught up before I get fucking blindsided again.
They've made it out of the dream.
So I was sort of waiting for the next twist that, like, none of these people are real either. It's just the Doctor and Clara who are in there.
Okay, yeah, I honestly can't remember the next. I know there is another twist, but I can't remember what it is.
And we all know there wouldn't be a Bantha Fodder video without us witnessing and reacting to, like, 5 twists in the space of 20 minutes.
I should have crushed his hand instantly. It's still a human being against a fucking metal door. Doesn't give him any special powers. His hand should have been instantly crushed.
If Santa was only in the dream, why was he on my roof?
It's another twist.
Do you know what I hate about the obvious?
Fucking music's so good. I can't decide if I really like this or not.
Why do you have 4 manuals, 1 each, when you have a crew of 8?
That's a good point. Why didn't I fucking pick... Oh, I feel like such an idiot. Why didn't I pick up on that?
I had a dream last night that I went to Quentin Tarantino's house, and I should have questioned them, why the fuck am I in Quentin Tarantino's house?
Did he ask to look at your feet?
No, actually.
Oh, shit. That's new for him.
Exactly, so that should have made me question it even more. So.
They're you, aren't they? It's going to be them, isn't it? How did I forget all of this? I think I forgot all of this because it's so convoluted.
Don't get too close.
Oh god, that made me jump. I don't know why that made me jump, but that made me jump.
There is only one who can save us now. The Wire.
The Wire. I don't think a door's going to stop them, given they just moved through, like, television waves or whatever. Nope, they're in there too. Oh, it's them! Oh, shit!
Oh, no.
Oh, is it fucking Santa's going to come save them?
Santa, who's a figment of their dreams, is going to save them from their selves.
Figments, but also kind of real versions of monsters. Every time I start to really enjoy this, I sort of get pulled back out with like, huh?
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
I do.
Believe in Santa. I do.
I do. Oh, some CGI there.
That was indeed some CGI.
It's quite Christmassy. I'm almost too confused to appreciate the Christmas-ness of it. Also, they're back in London, which is rare for Moffat's era.
After RTD, I'm sure they were just Londoned out, weren't they?
Are they above the fucking atmosphere at this point?
We should have a reunion.
That'd be a bit of an awkward reunion. Yeah, do you remember that time we almost died?
She didn't want a reunion. She bowed out the minute reunion was brought up.
You can just hang out.
Oh, she's going to be somewhere really sad, isn't she?
Yeah,
given she really wants to hang out.
Yeah, like she could be like really lonely or something. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, she's just like down on her luck. Working class person, for lack of a better term. Forgive Dave. You're forgiven, Dave.
Yeah, well done, man.
Where was he? Was he in a fucking volcano or something?
Don't tell me he was in the Time War or something.
No, he was in the heart of a volcano, it looks like. What's the twist? Go quick.
Something bad has happened to Clara. That's why she doesn't want to make up.
That doesn't count as a prediction. Something bad.
How long has it been? Clara.
About 62 years.
No.
The twist! This was meant to be her leaving episode, and you can see why now.
Yeah.
It'd have been a really good leaving episode as well to end there. I don't know why, but that old person makeup just looks a bit off for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You can definitely tell it's makeup, can't you?
But that would never have worked out.
Because he's an asexual traveling alien with 2 hearts.
Yes, and she's not blonde.
And he's not a clone.
Yes.
We will never stop making that joke.
How much do you
Hey,
wish?
boss? Boss?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna call absolute bullshit on that twist. That was so clearly just written at the last minute to be like, yeah, actually, she doesn't want to leave the show. What happens to all the other people then? Because that must not have been real either. Oh my god, this invalidates the entire episode.
Yeah, maybe it was real for them, but it's not real for... Oh, fucking hell.
No, but they were sharing a neural network, so... Oh my god, that's so dumb. Oh my god, that's the stupidest fucking thing they could have done.
They could have just cut out the old person bit, and it would have been completely fine.
Oh, that's ruined the whole episode. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's so annoying. It was doing relatively well up until then. Maybe that's why people don't like Clara, because she ruined this Christmas episode with her indecisiveness of whether or not she was staying on or not. I don't even think that's the correct thing. I think that was all ADR. Oh my god, what an awful ending. And that was Last Christmas. I'm still flabbergasted by the ending. What are your thoughts, Bob?
Of the entire episode?
I'm gonna have to split this up. Entire episode as if it ended with Clara leaving and the Doctor just going off by himself when she was old, which it so blatantly obvious should have been. We'll try separate that from that utter bullshit of an ending.
If I were to sum up this entire episode with one word, it would probably be puzzling. The concept is very, very good. I really like the idea of constantly questioning reality and what's real and what isn't. That as a concept is really good. There is some parts of this episode where that shines through really well, and I kind of think, wow, there is a big but there. That only really shines through on a few instances. They do start to peel back the layers of, oh, actually, they're still dreaming. And then it's like, oh, well, none of them are actually there. They're all somewhere else. Little realizations like that, you get like a small glimmer of like, as a collective audience, there's a very nice sort of sensation you get when you're on the same page as the writers. Where you're like, oh, okay, there you go. That's pretty cool. This got very lost in its execution. The concept of the Doctor finding a few no-names who are stranded on some facility somewhere and they need to try and sort something out has been done before, and it's been done better. The concept of the Doctor finding people who are questioning their own reality and get trapped in dreams, you know, here, there, and everywhere, has been done before, and it has been done better. They tried to introduce a horror aspect with openly ripping off the alien concept. I wouldn't mark the episode down just for blatantly ripping off another thing. That's sort of whatever, but I feel like the main issue I have is that they weren't really a scary presence. They didn't really build up a lot of tension around these things, apart from a couple of conversations about, oh, don't think about them and don't even, you know, all that. But then that's all automatically broken by Vel from Andor doing a random Christmas dance and playing guitar with her leg and all that. That for me is why it's very puzzling. I mean, I will hold my hands up and I will say that I probably should have seen the twists coming a little bit sooner. I mean, I think that's on me more than the episode. I think it's just very middle of the road. Having this sort of concept as well being a Christmas episode, I feel like is a bit of a clumsy placement, in my opinion anyway. That might work for you, that might work for other people. It wasn't awful, it wasn't dreadful, but I also couldn't really go as far to say that it was good.
This episode is incredibly frustrating and inconsistent. There are some really, really good moments. Clara in her dream with Danny, and the chalkboard moments were really good. Her conversation with Danny and his way to get her to come back, that was incredibly well done. When all of the twists started getting revealed, it was really exciting and fun. The whole like, oh, we're figuring this shit out. Him going back in and being like, yo, you're all still dreaming actually, and then they come through the TV. I really enjoyed all of those bits. I just recalled we never saw what happened to the man. He got eaten by the facehugger, and they never showed him waking up, so I'm going to presume he's dead. It feels like it's trying to be too clever. By trying to be too clever, it's starting to not make sense or be coherent.
When you do try and be too clever, you inevitably always bite off a bit more than you can chew. There's only so much you can really make work and really make sense in relation to everything else you've established and built up. It does kind of start to unravel.
Yeah. Other issues with it is quite a big slump. There's her dancing like she's Will, and then they show up, Facehugger's full Santa shows up, and then it just feels like they're just fucking standing around talking, not discerning anything of note or doing much of anything before Clara gets eaten, and then we get the really good Dream Danny scenes. Like that bit there, I feel like that could have been like 5 minutes, but it was like 15 or something.
This could have been a really solid just Doctor Who story where they could just flesh all these things out appropriately and properly. He then has to kind of juggle that with being a Christmas episode.
Let's quickly go back to trying to be positive before we tackle the big negative at the end. What did you think of Capaldi? Because I really like him, but I will admit this episode, he doesn't have like a blazing performance in the same way Smith and Tennant do.
Yeah, I thought Peter Capaldi was really good. Did enjoy his presence as the Doctor. I don't feel like Peter Capaldi has really the sort of Doctor from what I've seen, where you can just sort of watch one episode, automatically get everything he's about and be like, okay, yes, this is his interpretation of the Doctor. I like what I'm seeing, but I feel like I need to see more layers and more development with his Doctor to really understand his character.
You can appreciate him much more in this when you've watched more of him. He comes across more rude, more dark, more blunt. He's still just as kind. He's just sort of had enough of everyone. If you haven't seen more of him before that, it just seems like he's being rude because he's playing a more complex, less outwardly obvious version of the character. Finally, moving on to the worst bit of this entire episode. What the fuck was that ending? They had it set up perfectly where he would go back, she'd be an old lady, he would apologize, she would say, don't worry, I knew what I was getting into with you and it's all good, we're good, don't worry. And he would have gone off, he'd have met Bill Potts probably, and they'd have gone off on their new adventures. But instead, they decided, oh wait, actually she's not old. You need to wake up again. So before that twist, all of those people were real and they woke up in the real world. But now that was actually a dream the Doctor was having. So are none of those people real anymore? It fundamentally breaks the entire premise of the episode.
Exactly, yeah, because it establishes a very sensible way to tie all this up and leave it on a relatively high note, which actually kind of makes sense and all of us can grasp. It throws in a Hail Mary, which kind of just completely pulls all of it apart, really. They could have very easily fixed that by just cutting the old lady part and just having them to, run off and be fine,
They wanted to have their cake and eat it. They wanted the nice, emotional old lady part, but they also wanted to keep her on. So they tried to do both, and it just ruined all.
In this, it's like they kept in the alternate ending, but then they actually kept in the real ending afterwards. And it's like, well, hold on.
This was dodgeball level of alternative ending where the bad guy just wins and it ends. Let's go to rankings of how does this compare to the other two we've watched. Pretty sure we're going to be the same. I'm putting it number 3.
Yeah, no, this is dead last to me.
Number ranking, go.
I'll give it a 5.6. I'm not going to say it's below average, but I would say that it definitely was held back by a lot of the bad.
I'm going to give it a 4.9 out of 10. For me, it's bang average, but I'm so annoyed at the ending that I'm deducting 0.1 from the overall score. We were back for fodder. That was Last Christmas.
Bye-bye.